What is up, lads? Welcome to another video. This is Sean, aka ABL Frosty, back today. First video in a while, doing a proper commentary on Call of Duty. And as you've guessed by the title, I'm playing Momentum. I suddenly sort of had this spree over the last couple of days where I've actually played Momentum again. And I uploaded a video, I'm not sure if any of you will remember this, gotta be a few months ago now, maybe even 3 months, of me playing Momentum, and the title was the wonderful pun, Momental. Now, Momentum is momental because you're getting like 50 billion gunfights. I mean, as you can see, I've already got like 6 kills or some shit. And it was really fun. I got what was at the time my biggest game on COD, which has been beaten by this one. Not COD, but on Advanced Warfare in a pub where I got like 60 kills-ish after overtime. But like the whole momental thing came from the fact that I managed to get 60 kills with like a 1.2 KD or some shit. And I surpassed my achievements in this game. I think I got to 70 eventually. I finished normal time with like 69 or some shit, and I got a couple more in what was a fairly brief overtime. But as you can see, there's gunfights going down left, right, and centre. So this gameplay should be fairly entertaining. So I brought this one back for you. But I've got all sorts to talk about. I've been so long away from doing this kind of video that I actually have shit to talk about. For a start, let's talk about exams, shit going on at the moment in my life. Probably the least interesting part about this video, if I'm honest. I've done 2 exams so far, but I'm preparing for tomorrow, which is Tuesday. It should be tomorrow, as long as I manage to upload this video today. I will have my biology or B2 and B3 exams. Because I'm doing triple science, I have to do 9 science exams over the course of this exam period. And I've been revising like hell for that shit, but I've still got time to bring you guys the gameplays. But one thing I don't understand about triple and double science is, if you take double science, it means you do C1 and C2, B1 and B2, P1 and P2. You get that, and if you do triple, you do P1, P2, P3, and so on. But double science do their C1, P1 and B1 exams. By the way, if you don't know what that means, it's chemistry, biology and physics. They do those exams a year early, so they do them in like last year at the same time we were doing our year 10 mock exams, if you can call them that. They were doing their actual GCSE exams, B1, and I just don't understand why double science, the subject that only has to cover B1 and B2, does exams early, because surely the people doing triple, who have to cover the course quicker, obviously, because we have to do 3 modules per sort of science subject, if you will, rather than 2. Surely we should be able to do 3 of our exams early and have less to do in the summer, but oh no. So it means that they have to do 3 exams, right, during this period. We have to do fucking 9, right? It's just ridiculous. But anyway, we're on to over about that. Moving on, we're going to move into the election for a few minutes, and sort of my thoughts of the end of it. That was a disgusting turn on, by the way. Basically, the Tories have won. I'm sure any of you live in the UK will know that. Basically, those living outside the UK, I may as well give a bit. We had our general election. The Conservative Party won, which is, it's one of our big parties. It's the party I personally support, so I'm happy with that. But I'm not going to give my opinions on that at the moment. I'm giving my opinions on something else. And this is sort of the UKIP question. And I think if this had happened to any party other than UKIP, a bit more of a fuss would have been made. But because it's UKIP, probably no one particularly likes. I'm not a massive fan of them, to be fair. I'm no UKIP supporter. I'm not going to go around waving the flag for whatever they're promoting at the moment. But basically, they won. Now, sorry, let me give a basic background of how the UK election works. There are 650 constituencies in the UK, which is basically like towns or very small regions, and each one will have 1 representative or MP, member of parliament. And during the general election, each constituency has their own sort of separate vote. Each party will have a candidate in each constituency, or at least all the major parties will. And the winner of the local election, I guess you can call it, will get the seat in parliament. And for this election, UKIP, one of the parties, they won 1 seat out of the 650, right? Oh, by the way, basically, the party that wins the most seats gets to be in power. Basically, that's how it works. And UKIP managed to win 1 seat out of 650. Now, this was a bit of a surprise going into the election. They were doing very well in the polls. Even their leader, Nigel Farage, the pint-drinking, cigar-smoking British people's man, was unable to win a seat. And I literally just shoot and get 3 kills. I don't even know how. But he didn't want to see. But the thing that sort of is shocking about this and makes me think perhaps we need to change the way we run our elections is the fact that you get over. So everyone who, out of everyone who voted in the country, so this is putting everyone in the 650 constituencies together, UKIP won 12% of the vote. 12%. Right, now that, you must be thinking, how can they have 12% of the vote and get 1 out of 650? Well, basically got a ton of seconds, a ton of thirds, but basically the bottom line is 12% of the country, or at least 12% of the people who voted, want UKIP. Want UKIP in power. But anyway, the problem with this is, that's already said, that 12% of the country want UKIP representing them in their House of Parliament, yet only one UKIP MP out of 650 is actually in our Senate, which I think is wrong. It's a problem that it's been a problem for the Lib Dems in the past as well, and I think it said something about we need to reform how we run our elections, because it's just not right. I think you want UKIP in power, if 12% of the people in this country do, then we've got to have some sort of equal representation. But anyway, let's put that aside. And have a look at another thing that pissed me off about the election. Obviously, I'm happy about the Tories winning, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about things I don't like. The Tories won, but the SNP got 56 out of 58, I believe, or 56 out of 59 seats available in Scotland. Now this, it annoys me so much, it's almost unbelievable. This basically means that Nicola Sturgeon and her Scottish nationalist, we want to be our own country wankers, have complete control of Scotland and have somehow managed to win over the Scottish people, even after losing their referendum last year when they tried to leave the country. And that was obviously voted against. Ultimately, Scotland stayed in the United Kingdom. But somehow they've still won over the beat. SNP 50 seats, and this annoys me because it kind of shows. I mean, I think the party should be banned. I think any party that only runs in a certain part of the UK, for example, Plaid Cymru is another example, Sinn Féin in Northern Ireland as well, because it means that, for example, the 56 constituencies that voted for SNP, great, they're a bunch of nationalistic idiots, but it means that. And the SNP won't be in charge in Westminster, in London. They're not going to have full control of the country. They win every seat that they run for, which is 59, because they just run in Scotland. And they won't be in power in Westminster, right? But what it means is all the Scottish people voting the SNP, they don't really get their say. They'd rather have out of the Tories, Labour, Lib Dem, whichever party is actually going to do well. UKIP even, whatever. And they're not going to get a say on that. Which means the SNP does nothing. It also means the SNP gets to make the argument that, why are the Conservatives in London doing all the work when no one in Scotland likes them? Fuck off! They've just voted for you because you're like, we'll stand up for Scotland, and all these idiots buy your crap about how everything's run from London. For fuck's sake, American states are not as devolved as you fuckers in Scotland are from the rest of the United Kingdom, right? And, let's face it, us, you lot, Wales and Northern Ireland together is about a quarter of the size of the fucking average US state, isn't it? What the fuck are you moaning about? Basically, I basically just want them to fuck off, to be honest, and basically steal the fact that we're a country together. Right, not in like a weird gay, homosexual country way. Just in a, we're a country together, and I think the whole idea of trying to devolve each other is stupid. And they make this moaning about other laws are made from London. That's because London is the capital of the United Kingdom. In case you haven't noticed, That's how most governments work. Stop having a bitch. If you really want to make a movement, make some kind of weird protest for Scotland, not Scotland, Edinburgh, become the capital of the United Kingdom, then the laws will be made from there. I guarantee you, we will not moan as much. Our MPs, your MPs, they all get a vote. Stop bitching. Basically, that's the end of the normal game, I believe it or not. 9 kills. If you're wondering why I wasn't really hopping on the eject, that's because a lot of times in Momentum the game ends really quick. I've changed the topic really fast from the election. Anyway, the game often ends really quick, and I kind of wanted it to go on so I could get a lot of kills. Really, I was in a kill warring mood. It's only a pub. Yeah, that's about it for the game. The other thing I wanted to talk about, touch upon briefly, is the new royal baby. I talked about the last royal baby before it was popped out. That was Georgie boy. I suggested Bernard as a name. No one took that on, annoyingly. I'm still, slightly salty. I thought they might have taken my advice, but hey-ho. They've called it Charlotte Elizabeth Diana Windsor. They're called Windsor, aren't they? And I think that's quite nice. They've incorporated Prince Charles, obviously, the Queen Elizabeth, and obviously Prince William's late mother, Princess Diana. So it's quite nice, quite touching, almost. I think that's pretty cute. But anyway, that is it for me today. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.